What?
You hate
I do
me.
not. I do
Ottawa.
not.
Ottawa, how many African Americans are in Ottawa?
Well,
Illinois, not Canada.
well, there's two guys that live down the street, so I mean, it's and there's one lady that lives over on the other side of the river, so you can play
In
bridge.
a van by the
You
river.
can play bridge.
In a van by the river. And she is the Black Prince Pearly. Right. Hi, I'm Sean Landry,
On Summers.
and we are the Seniors Improv Comedy. I am very excited to have somebody who has been on the show before. The last thing we did when John was on the show, you played kind of a savantist character, father, and John and I basically, he tried to give me his business, and I remember saying hell no. Uh, and now I'm trying to open a theater. Oh, how times have changed in less than a year.
I played an off-kilter character.
Yeah,
I never do
no,
that.
never at all. I am very happy. In a couple of weeks ago, this man came and got me and took me everywhere.
I want to know, do you wear a black cap when you do it?
No, he didn't.
Oh,
But the funniest conversations, Seinfeld-esque. This man started the Chicago Improv Festival. He started a ton of other theatrical productions within Chicago. He is an impresario in my mind.
ooh, impresario.
It's a big word that I
Yeah.
just used.
Ah,
That explains him to a T.
he's the maestro.
He's the master.
So we're talking about Seinfeld.
Yeah, some people call him only exclusively by his last name. And those are the people who don't know him. In my mind. John is an amazing man. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to reintroduce you guys to Mr. Jonathan Pitts. Yes, sir.
Hello, everybody.
Look at this man's hair. Look at his hair.
That's my hair.
You are pretty as hell, man. You pretty as hell.
This hair would do great in Ottawa.
That's what I say. See, he agrees with me. Ottawa, Illinois. That's the place.
And I did look it up, Sean. 3% of the black population of Ottawa equals 567 people.
There. You got a mob.
That's enough for a picnic.
I hate you both. But I love you both. Because now you're just fucking with me. You're now just fucking with me. It's like little mouse, big mouse, big city, little city.
They got 5 live theaters.
Green Acres is the place to be.
Well, if you want a farm.
People is for me. Hey, John.
Yes.
I would like to go and introduce you to someone who you have known for a very long time.
Okay.
Improv God. Oh, Improv God. This is Jonathan Pitts.
Oh, well, hello, Jonathan. You're even more handsome on screen.
Well, thank you, Improv God, and you're even more omnipotent.
That's absolutely correct. I've been enjoying your work for decades now, even.
And I enjoy being a product of your work.
What a kind
Oh,
fellow.
Oh, you two get a room. Oh, you two get a room. I know you two love each other, as I do Improv God. Hey, Improv God. Oh, by the way, John.
Yes.
On our Facebook page. Now, this is not from the regular suggestions, but I thought this would be fun. Hans, can you look behind you really fast? I started thinking about my.
What's behind me?
Just grab it.
Oh,
Um,
you want something. You just said look behind you. You know, I just say yes and everything. You
yeah,
say
I know
look
you're-
behind.
You're
And,
an idiot. On our Facebook wall, there is. I started this conversation about my early adulthood, and it was really interesting. I remembered this newspaper.
The Chicago Reader came out once a week. It was free for everybody. It was
Exactly.
the alternative newspaper back when there were such things.
Exactly. And this actually is a paper from 1999.
What?
Yep. We keep things for a lot of reasons.
Our reviews mostly.
Things like that. But it was very interesting. One of my Facebook friends, who is also from Chicago, wrote something that was very, very succinct, which was, there were whispers in theaters every Thursday of, the Chicago Reader is here.
Right.
This was when you knew that your show, whether it be improv or scripted, got a good review from the classics like Jack Helbig or Mary Shin Barnage, who you needed a thesaurus to go and understand.
If you got a good review from the reader, your show would do well selling for the rest of the run, and maybe even have an extended run. It was that powerful. If you got a glowing review, and if you were the prime thing to get from the reader was Critics' Choice.
Yes, if you got Critics' Choice, it would run for weeks during your
Right. If you got Critics' Choice, you were a hit.
Exactly. So I thought it would be fun, off a suggestion off of my Facebook wall, from one of the members of Dr. God, who was in Chicago, to go and get a name of a show that's been never written.
So a fictitious show.
A fictitious, a non-factual
A made-up show.
A made-up
I'll
show.
make it simpler.
Get that out of my mouth. A non-real show, a not real show. Fuck y'all.
Fictitious.
A fish show? What do you mean a fish show?
We want to, about carp or yeah.
It's 1999 Improv God. What's the name of the show the three of us have been in?
Frozen, the lost improv from down the lane.
Frozen, the lost improv from down the lane.
That sounds like you really thought about that title at some point.
It's the name of my upcoming autobiography.
Frozen, the improv show from
Down the
The
lane.
Lost Improv Show
Lost
down by the
Improv.
lane, or the Improv Show down by the Lost Lane. What was that again? Improv God?
Follow your heart.
Lost Frozen.
Both are good.
Whatever comes out first, we'll do. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going back to 1999, and we're going to go and do an improv scene on that moment. The Chicago Reader Review comes out. Take us out.
Today's the day the reader comes out. Today's the day the reader comes out. Today's the day. Oh, I hope they spelt my name right. I hope they. If this show is a hit, then maybe I'll get seen by Second City, and maybe I'll get called back for the touring company. And if not,
I don't know where she's at. She's usually back by now with the reader. I don't know where she's at. Maybe they didn't print it this week.
Oh my God, no! That would be so awful.
Hey guys!
I hear her.
Holy grail, the reader's out, y'all.
Okay.
I got it. I had to go to 3 places because they were all gone before I got there.
Tell me how much they love me.
Just calm.
Oh,
Everybody,
okay, fine.
just
I'm
slow
going to pray to
roll.
the improv gods for a second. Let me pray to the improv gods for a second.
Hold on. Just let's all hold hands here. Dear improv God, please let them think we don't suck. Let's not hope. Let's hope that we get a better review than Punch the Horse. May we only hope that Mission Improbable gets the same one because they went up first because we only had 30 minutes to do this right at the playground, right? So let's pray that both of us got good reviews.
And if it's a good review, may my name be spelled right. And if it's a bad review, may they not even mention my name.
Let's pray for all of that.
Make sure my name's in the first paragraph.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we are. Hold on.
All right.
Hold on. Okay, 12th night. 12th night
No,
is
no,
here.
no,
Okay,
that's
wait,
all
hold on. I'm looking. You know, the nice thing. Okay,
Remember, I thought we should call ourselves 12th Night.
You
but
know,
you guys don't.
guys, you know, before I even look at this, we should get a 3/4 page. How much would that cost?
Lot.
That much? Calm down. Just calm down. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Are you okay?
Did you put your head between your knees?
Are you all right?
Yeah, that's where I threw up.
All right, cool. Well, we'll pick that up later. Doggos love your barf. Let's go and let me. Here we are. Wow, We Be Negroes got a really good review.
Oh, they're really great. They're just so good.
Yeah, I auditioned for them and she hated me.
They must know somebody.
Here we are. Yeah.
Okay, it's Frozen. The improv down the lane that was tremendous. And it was is that what they wrote? It was the best improv show I've ever. No.
It just says, Frozen, I wish they would unthaw.
Well, that's good. That's a good opening quote, because like thawing, because she sees us thawing, so she sees our energy and our talent coming out.
They spelled.
I'm gonna have to move back to Des Moines, Iowa.
Oh, calm down. All of it's not that bad. There's some good parts. First, they spelled your name right. They said some of it was hit or miss. The octogenarian. Can I get a octogenarian? What does octogenarian?
80-year-old.
Oh, when you play the old one.
Yeah.
The octogenarian scene.
They love that, didn't they?
Between Jonathan is spelled right. Your name is Hauns. They did not get.
Well, that's just wrong, totally. I mean, that's really messed up.
Well, that's the thing.
I've got an hands, but I never got the hounds.
I'm just telling you right now that they like the octogenarian scene.
Oh, good.
They like that.
I invested $1,000 into helping promote this show.
I know, and it got you this. That's all I'm saying. We can't.
His name's in all caps. How'd you do that?
I'm just going to tell you now. The standout of the entire show is the effervescent Sean Landry.
Well, you are really good.
Standout.
I mean, Second City called you back for Turco. You almost got in. You would have gotten in.
I know. You see, you remember what they say about these kind of reviews. If you stand out, then you're screwed forever.
I've never heard anybody say that.
Are you kidding me? I knew a girl who was at Second City who said everyone was good and she was a standout, and they made fun of her mercilessly at Second City. Mercilessly. Because the whole thing is you're supposed to be part of an ensemble, and we're part of an ensemble. This is not a bad review. It's not a good review, but we can pull things out of this review. Like the octogenarian scene. See what they say about you?
With my name spelled wrong? My name's wrong.
And John, they said, because you paid for it, they said the lighting was more than they've ever seen at any improvisational show.
Well, the lighting was really good. It was really good. But you know, that woman you were talking about, that you told that story from, that was Gilda Radner.
I know. I know.
And God knows she didn't go anyplace.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Well, you said I'm being facetious. You said the standouts never go anywhere. They just catch hell.
I think it's the people that don't stand out that go somewhere, because I feel like I have to go back to Des Moines, Iowa, because I put $1,000 into the show and it's not going to make it back, and I got to go work at.
You are not going back to Des Moines, Iowa. This is a good review for you. It won't be remembered. There are parts of it that we can literally use that I can blow up tomorrow and put into the theater. You know, the lighting is unknown for any improv theater. You just take out unknown for any improv theater. Our show is fantastic. We'll run for weeks.
My dad was right when he said I should have stayed an assistant manager at Blockbuster, because Blockbuster is going to be around forever.
You got a future there.
I'm telling you, Blockbuster doesn't let you watch porn. That's all I'm saying. It's going to go away. Nobody believes
watching
me.
porn is how I learned about good lighting.
I understand that. Now look, all of this, I said to you guys, one day, those color pictures that we took with us would one day end up in here. Well, there's our picture on the second page. There's yours. And here, whoever did the photo editing got your name right there. That's you.
Got my last name wrong there.
It's spelled with an O, but it's still Summers.
Great. Now my family doesn't even know who I am.
And you, John, look fantastic. They used the best one. And then they just used black and white over it. Why are you so sad?
Well, our run's at the View, and everybody comes sees it, and everybody reads the reader. So all of our friends and fellow improvisers and sketch people, they're all going to see this review.
But do we want them as our audience? We're not looking for them for our audience. We want the dangling chain set. We want the people in Elgin. We want your dad. We want your dad's friends. I mean, who wants an entire house filled with improvisers anyway? We want people to pay for our show so you can get your $1,000 back, right?
If we wanted people from Elgin, we should be performing in Blockbuster.
What is your hang up with Blockbuster? There's more out there than Blockbuster. You know, are you on AOL right now? Are you on AOL right now?
Who isn't on AOL? I mean, like, come on. That and MySpace.
Thank you.
I've got like 3 pages on MySpace.
See?
I'm on net zero.
See, and that's the thing. The thing is, one day, I'm telling you, everything, there is this thing, I ended up reading it in the Sun-Times about some streaming services where like the big guys are going to like PBS and stuff. They're going to be showing this stuff online.
It's like anybody would watch stuff on their computer. That's silly.
What? Why don't people have foresight? You know, I don't know if I'm going to be a big movie star, but God damn it, you know what I'm going to do? I'm definitely investing in Apple. God, my hands are darkened. Look at that. Ooh.
That's the reader.
Guys, do you believe me? We're going to be okay.
I've been thinking, and I don't think I can do the rest of the run.
Who's going to do the octogenarian scene? It's the thing that got put in.
It's improv. We won't be doing that scene again.
But that's the thing. We can script it out. We can go and do half, like Second City. We can do half improv and half sketch through improv. The process, like, you know, I know Del hates that process, but you know,
If we sketch it out, maybe we can get Donnie DePolo to direct it.
Yeah, well,
Sounds good.
guys, it's 1999.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
The same with Dell. He just died.
But that sounds still good.
He's been dead for a year.
Still good.
Maybe we can get Michael Gelman to direct this.
See, that's what see. Bing, 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 bing. And Michael likes me. Michael, he said, you should re-audition for Second City again. That's what he said to me. But
Maybe if we do sketch, I could go and get one of the video cameras from my dad's Blockbuster store, and we could tape some segments.
See, that's great, and that's a big honking camera too. You have a 3/4, right?
Yeah. And then we could have the right lighting for it, and we could tape the Oxygenarian sketch, and we could tape some of your sketches, and maybe we could do a show that's frozen and unfrozen.
I like the name of that, Frozen and Unfrozen.
The sketch stuff is frozen, and the improv stuff is unfrozen.
Right. Frozen in time, sketches through improv. Unfrozen and fresh improv.
I could put in another $1,000 for this.
I see the poster.
Well, that all sounds good, but remember we got 7 more weeks to do this improv show.
That will be fine. We'll be fine.
Okay.
So, okay. First off, only thing I know is we just keep doing what we're doing. They said we need to go and do hit or miss. So we need to hit it more than miss it. We need to hit it more than miss it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send an email to Jack Helbig because we're friends. I
Probably why you call it stand-up.
That's so wrong.
I've changed my mind about something. I'll do the show, but for the rest of the show, I get to wear wigs and costumes.
I am more than happy if you stay. I will literally go to Goodwill and buy you a general Second City.
If it works for the groundlings, it can work for me.
I agree. Stop being angry at me. I'm not going to get anywhere anyway. I'm black in Chicago. They're not going to hire me in Second City.
Well, if this all goes to shit, I can still always go to Des Moines and see if I can go be the manager at my dad's Blockbuster store.
Or you can stay here and ask your father to open up a theater. We can do that.
Oh, he won't do that. I could stay here, but only if I could talk him into opening up another Blockbuster here.
Wait, I got it.
What?
Tell him you want to open up a Blockbuster in Chicago, and you put Blockbuster in the lobby, and then the theaters in back.
That would work.
That's it. And we can teach improv classes, and we can go and sell booze in the back because that's where we'll make all of our money. And then I can teach a class. I can teach, I don't know, something new like deconstruction or something. That's a good name, isn't it? Deconstruction.
It sounds fancy.
It does sound fancy, doesn't it? Boy, I hope Miles. If you remember Miles, he used to be in the company until he left.
Yeah, that was our war chief.
I know, not anymore. Hey, look, we can go and use that before he even brands it. What do you think?
So the only thing I want to know then is if we do this, and it sounds like such a great idea, but the only thing I can't figure out that I really want you guys to give me an answer to, because I am just stumped, is I don't know where we're going to put all the porn.
Were you having flashbacks?
I'm having massive flashbacks. I love that you popped your collar.
That was the 90s.
It sure was. I think that's how I met you with your collar popped.
Yeah.
And I would have had enough time, I would have run into this other room and got my braided wig. Did you have fun, John? Was that a blast?
That was indeed very fun. The only thing I felt chagrin over is not being able to remember that Don DePolo had already passed by 99 because he passed in 95. So I was like free floating through that decade.
It's literally the 90s at this point for me is one big massive fucking blur.
Right.
I remember the end of because we were moving to San Francisco at that point, and the last thing we did in Chicago was your festival.
Yep.
And that was 98. So then you guys are gone after that. Yeah.
We literally
99.
No, not 99.
I was 99.
99. So you were in the second festival. See, all those festivals for me are pretty much a blur.
Yeah.
That was literally where we finished the show. We kind of like dropped the mic and everybody walked out the exit. Said, we're off to San Francisco.
Don Hall was like, "God damn, Sean." I'm like, "Peace out. I'm on a plane with a duffel bag." Duffel bag. Shit. Han stayed behind. Sam Shaw found me this apartment, and I just had a duffel bag full of shit.
And I had to drive out there with the truck.
And you drove out with the truck. I swear to God. I remember the end. I remember some of the middle. I remember getting into Second City. Everything that I said had bits and pieces of the truth.
Yep.
That's why I love improvising that, because I like improvising realism and saying him being angry at me for getting a good review, you wanting to move back to Des Moines and work at Blockbuster. Because
one thing I really enjoyed improvising with the two of you on is that while we were making references to the 90s and we were able to comment on them, but we weren't doing it on a commentary like way. We were still keeping the emotional truth of what that would have been at the time, even though we have a different perspective now. So that we didn't go, "Hey, MySpace, wink," so
wink, yeah. For me, the realism of this, well, as a African-American improviser, which is, I might be good there and gonna hire me anyway.
I remember seeing groups pretty much break up if they got a bad review in the reader.
Yes, and
it was over.
It was over. At the moment, I literally just looked at one of the reviews. I literally used their name. The name of the improv ensemble in that 99 review is Punch a Horse.
I vaguely remember that name.
Yeah, because they performed with us after we performed. And I
saw at the playground.
At the playground. Yeah. And it literally, Jack Helbig literally says, there was nothing entertaining about them. They had no connection. They denied everything. They did every bad move you could do in improv, they did. Have you heard of? Meanwhile,
I thought he would have ended the review like somebody should punch them. I thought Jack would put that in there.
But Mission Improbable got this amazing review,
and they are now the #1 touring group in the country for colleges. Back when you could tour, and then they've got their own theater in Santa Monica, as you know.
West Side, yep.
West Side,
and they are, so it's very interesting how the reader could make or break a theater.
Because the people that did Punch a Horse, they are now running a pancake shop outside of Memphis.
Yeah. What's the name of the pancake shop?
Punch the Pancake, I think it's called.
That's exactly what it is. Yes, it is.
With that, you want to improvise just for a little bit?
And then come back and talk some more?
Yeah, because I'm actually enjoying talking more than I am improvising at this point.
Well, feel good about that, Hans. That's going to make you excited to do a scene with your wife.
Yeah. Well, if I have to, shit.
Are you still angry I got into Second City? With that.
Standout, huh?
Fucking standout, Sean Landry, fucking whoosh. Oh my God, hold on. And my love just we are going to improvise on the other side of the house. Keep on your microphone, John.
One more thing just before you go do your scene. I was thinking about it. If Punch a Horse got a bad review in the reader right now, it wouldn't matter because they would have already had their own YouTube channel.
Pretty much. And they would have gotten millions of views.
right?
Millions.
Because every one of their YouTube ends with one of them punching a horse.
Yep.
It's like Richter's thing.
Richter's, and we'll talk about Richter's thing.
Remember Richter's thing?
Oh
Oh.
my God. We'll reminisce in a minute. Let's
Have a
go
good
ahead.
scene.
Thanks.
But you don't want to do. Okay.
All right. Take us out, bridge and music. We're Landry. How are you guys? Yay for Jonathan.
Memories. Memories.
We do sketch and improv. And we're going to do some improvisation for you right now. Improv God.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. Bow, bow. Thank you for getting the reference, Improv God, because you are omnipotent.
Bueller.
Bueller. Improv God on my Facebook wall. I asked for a suggestion of it was
3 a.m. conversation that you've had.
A 3 a.m. conversation. Thank you for giving that back to me. 3 a.m. conversation. Go and give me one, and go and give me one someone liked.
All right. We've got one from an R. Kevin Garcia Doyle.
By the way, shameless plug for our Kevin Garcia Doyle. Later on this evening, Hawaii Shakes. He is doing the comic book version, literally Shakespeare Meets Liechtenstein, of 12th Night. Please get on to Hawaii Shakes after this show and go and support some of the most amazing OBS.
Oh, is that a run?
It's running the rest of this week.
Oh, okay. So we just saw the opening night.
We saw opening night,
All
and and this week is the last week of 12th Night. It is an amazing version of it. If you love comedy in Shakespeare style, and if you like comic books, this is the show you need to see. It's brilliant. What did R have to say for himself?
The 3 a.m. conversation that R. Kevin Garcia Doyle has had. I've got to tell you about the entire history of hip-hop dance.
I love it. That's very R of him. And you know about hip hop dance, Hans. Oh, that's a loaded question.
Hip hop.
And 5, 6, 7, 8.
You
see, it started with the Lindy. Now we can't argue about this. And give me a kiss. That's how I am. Seeing Lindy Hopper's dance. Then it turns into a young man with a cardboard box in his hand. Cardboard box in his hand. And he's flipping up and down. And he's spinning on his back. Then he lands up on his head. That's what I said. And it slows down. You go back with the 70s. Then you pop and low. Then you do the low. Then it gets really hard. Just grab it in your leg. It goes like that. Hip hop is a feeling that you perform with your body. I can talk about this shit all day and watch them perform. We are doing hip hop dance. You don't stand up in chance. We are doing hip hop dance. You don't stand up. Chance. Go ahead, miss the window. Go ahead, miss the window. Wake up, wake up. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning.
Morning already?
Yeah, it is.
I don't feel
All
refreshed.
day morning.
I don't feel refreshed.
Well, you only been asleep for an hour and a half.
Oh, well, that's not morning then.
Yeah, hey, wake up. Now we got more to talk about.
Oh, no.
You want a frosted beverage? I am wide awake because I have been doing beanies all day long.
How was your date?
My date was good. You want?
Yeah.
If you fall asleep while I'm getting you some water and me some more booze, because I'm drunk as fuck. I'm telling you, my date so bad. I am. You missed it too. You should have gone out because there was some girly girls that you would have been absolutely interested in.
That's good.
Yeah, you know the type you like. You know, the cute ones, the ones who stand up against the wall and don't say anything. They were all up in that club. You're asleep. Wake up. Wake up. Don't let me come in there and splash water on you. I am going to splash.
Where is it? Close the window.
That's not close the window. Drink some water and wake up.
Okay.
Because you look at the story, right? So they were playing old school in there, right?
Okay, great.
They were doing a classic, right? They did this classic on the Brave. He just passed away. He just passed away this week, and they were doing all the Friends song. You know, they played that jam like for an hour and a half, and we just toasted him to the sky. And the brother who took me out and said, "I like you," and I'm like, "I really like you too, brother." He goes, "You remind me of the old days." And then I started wondering, do you mean old days as in good old days or bad old days? Because, all through the original, you are sleeping with your eyes wide open.
I was listening. Good old bad days. You beat up a guy.
I didn't beat up anybody.
Oh, okay.
He
There was
was
a snake though, right?
No, there were no snakes.
Oh, okay. I must have been asleep.
Were you dreaming about Samuel L. Jackson again?
Oh, well, yeah. There was a snake on a plane, and it's like it's my favorite movie, and nobody seems to like it.
It's dumb as fuck. It's snakes on a plane. Wayne Brady was supposed to be one of the characters in there. You know what they told that poor man?
He couldn't be a snake.
No, they wasn't black enough.
Oh.
I'm like, Wayne Brady is black enough. Y'all need to just leave Wayne Brady alone.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, and he would have been great at this club because,
yeah?
oh God, yeah, he could have been singing all day long at this club. You should have gone.
Oh, well,
it was fun.
I don't like going to the clubs that much,
Well, you used to.
It's always so noisy.
Well, you used to.
Well, yeah, it was okay, when we were just going out, going out and have a drink and things like that. But now that you're prowling.
I'm not prowling. What is that? Wait, what is that? Like,
you're prowling.
Prowling?
Well, you met somebody.
I met someone, but that doesn't mean I'm prowling.
That means you're...
Prowling basically means I went by myself to the club and I'm prowling. Me with somebody means I am attached.
You weren't attached. You got there.
I was attached.
You got attached once you went there and prowled.
No, I met him at the library.
Oh.
I was prowling at the library.
I thought
I was attached at the club.
I mean,
because the best places you can go and pick anybody up is the library.
you can?
Yeah, you know why?
Why?
Because only nerds hang out at the library.
Well,
Smart nerds hang at the library.
Well, I go there sometimes. I just run into homeless people.
Well, that's the thing. You got to figure out who's homeless and who is just a big ass nerd.
They seem to always want to pee in the Shakespeare section.
And that's when you know they are homeless.
Yeah.
Anyone who's whipping it out in the library is probably homeless.
Yeah.
But he was smart.
They could at least do it in a psychology
He
section.
actually was looking at the microfiche. Who looks at microfiche anymore?
That's
I mean,
true.
seriously, he was rolling through stuff from 1892 to 1927 on microfiche. How fucking cool is that?
So you pounced when you saw him.
Oh God, I was like
There
a
you go.
tiger. I was like,
Well, I know how you like microfiche.
I'm a nerd.
That's always been your thing.
I'm a nerd.
You like research.
Hey, you and your big nerd pants on, your microfiche.
Yeah.
You're not even doing the Google. No, you're
Oh.
going to the microfiche.
Old school.
Like, he's super old school, and
Yeah.
he's only 34.
Oh,
Yeah, he's a young. I'm trying to do this where they're not old enough to be my grandfather, but not young enough to be literally my grandson.
oh yeah. Yeah. You want that sweet
I
spot.
want that sweet spot
I get
between could be a late arrival brother or could be a
Well,
nephew.
One brother and nephew.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that gets weird.
Southern
Yeah,
countries.
no, you don't want to obviously date anybody. But no, you should have been there. It was a great club. And you would have loved the music. They had stuff you like too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
What kind?
Well, they had Cap Calloway. They
Oh.
threw down some Cap Calloway. And they also threw down K9. Remember K9?
You mean K7?
That's right. It's so hard. 7, 9.
K9's a dog.
I keep forgetting, the names of bands with numbers.
Yeah.
Like Blink 184, Blink 183, Blink 182. What number is it? Something is Blink. There's a Blink happening.
Weren't they gone in the blink?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they pretty much were.
Maybe,
You should have come
Maybe
out.
I'll go next time.
All right, that's great. You
Maybe.
can go and you can meet my new microfiche boy.
Oh yeah, the one you pounced on in the library.
I pounced hardcore on him on the library. I was like a cat
Yeah.
on the computer.
Playing with him like a ball of yarn.
Yeah, like here you go. Let me go and throw out some references to how microfiche is far more superior than the internet.
I'm surprised you came home.
I'm classy. You don't fuck on the first date. That's some bullshit.
Well, it's not really the first date.
Well, it's
You met in the library.
I met in the
That's
library.
first date.
and then the second date was this.
Yeah.
But the library was I'm just meeting you. The second date is the first date because you're talking about I now get to know you. The third date is when it's all I'm taking off my clothes and I'm putting petals on my vagina.
Oh, okay.
That's that's the thing.
Well, let me ask you this. You went to a dance club, right?
Yes.
So before you went to the dance club, did you have something to eat? Did you go out and get something to eat?
Actually, we ate at the dance club because they had a big fried chicken, collard greens, mac cheese kind of buffet.
That was like a
going
separate
on.
section of the dance club.
Yeah, it was on the side, but
Okay.
you could eat while you were dancing
Okay,
and drink.
that's date number one. Now, after that, did you go dancing?
Yes.
Okay, so that'd be date number two.
That's some bullshit, dude.
And afterwards, you probably got hot and sweaty, right?
Yeah.
Did you get a drink?
Yeah, of course we did.
Date number three.
Shit, but that's bullshit.
What?
How can you break down the date in sectors?
You're an accelerated age.
We really are.
Yes.
Everyone was wearing masks. It was a lot of brothers in there dancing wearing masks.
What
I was
kind of
very
mask?
impressed. They were wearing COVID masks.
Oh, okay. I've been to some clubs where they wear masks. It's like, and I go, ooh, I don't want to be in this club.
You need to get out of the house.
But not to those clubs
No.
No.
This was a very nice club.
where you had 3 dates.
I didn't. I got one
And you didn't bring them home.
No.
Must be something wrong with them.
Would you bring me home if we were on a date?
If I took you out, right,
Yeah.
and maybe we had something to eat,
Uh-huh.
date one,
Okay. then
then we go dancing.
Date two.
And then maybe after the dancing, you're hot and sweaty. So I take you to an ice cream parlor for an ice cream cone.
That's a nice thing.
Date 3.
Okay, so in my mind, that would be 2 dates.
So we'd be home. Right there. As soon as you wipe off the ice cream off your chin, in the car, right there.
Taking me to a second location.
Exactly.
See, that makes you scary now.
Oh, okay.
Because you never take a date to a second
Well,
location.
maybe I shouldn't go.
Not sure if y'all can hear me. I'm seeing Zoom has frozen.
So we faded away. Ooh, that looks weird too. It's psychic broadcast.
Why did you say hello to John?
Oh, okay. I'll start it. We already did that. We already did. Well, what did you want it up to? Oh, there you are.
I'm here. Hello, John. John, you can talk, you know. Why can't John hear us?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
He just didn't want to say anything.
I was just listening and looking at the colors being a little bit different.
Yeah, you see that?
Yeah, because I look at the number one camera versus the live feed, and you know, there's definitely some differences in the camera, but apparently, you know, what are you gonna do? It's Zoom.
It's Zoom, and Improv God still brought us up, and it's all good, and we're still streaming, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Hey, John.
Yes.
Go and point us to where you are next.
I am teaching privately for a place called Now Learn This. He does classes online, and they have like Shakespeare classes, and they have voiceover classes and engineering classes, and I'm the one who teaches improv for them. So I work for them. Now Learn This, and then otherwise I have a proposal into a theater that I'm waiting to hear back from. We're doing an outdoor show live, and I should know by the end of this month if it's going to happen. I took Sean to the place where it would be, and if it happens, it'd be super fun to do an improv show, a story-based improv show outdoors with
my favorite moment in Chicago. Switches back, Improv got my favorite moment of my trip to Chicago was me and you in between two trees.
Yep, because that's where the show would end up being, and then because I wanted to show Sean where it could possibly be, and then we just started walking around the whole park, and then all of a sudden we both sort of found this space and go right here, and because there's a space between two trees, the trees are parallel to each other. There's enough space to play on the grass, sidewalk behind you to put stuff, plenty of grass for people in chairs to be up front, and then more sidewalks so that if somebody's disabled or in a wheelchair, they could be back there, close to the bathroom. And the sound
exactly. The sound was perfect.
It bounced off a wall.
Yeah, bounce off the wall back. So you have your own little atrium that's going on there. And of course, the loveliness of it. It's blocked off. The space is lovely because it's right off the train. So people can get right off and just walk right to it.
So you're going to call it Between Two Trees Theater?
We could. That would be one potential name for it. And we already have, you know, if the theater does it, goes with it, it's going to be a multiracial cast and a multi-generational cast. So, and it'll be an outdoor show for free to the public. We'll just take donations afterwards. And it'll be an improvised 90-minute show.
John, I kind of said it to you in the middle of the park, and I'll say it now. I will fly in for free just to do that space, just to perform in that space.
Well, also so that you can go visit Ottawa and see why it's such a good place to consider moving to. So that would help Hans too, because you could go to Ottawa and fall in love and go, this is where I want to be if Hans retires. They have 5 live theaters in Ottawa. That's what I've heard. And if you do an outdoor show, it would be 6.
Yeah, Jonathan, whatever you do, don't take a blue blanket and go to the beach and do improv.
Let it go. Let that go. Let that go, Hans.
What?
You know who we're
Sounds
talking.
like a massive story that we can't tell online.
I'm just suggesting
No, we can't.
not to use a blue blanket
Let it go.
and go to the beach
Let it go.
or the park.
Hey, why don't you go and put it up on John's website, Improv God?
Yeah,
So-
it's Jonathan Pitts Improv. It took me a long time to figure out what to call it. JonathanPittsImprov.com.
It's the perfect name. So for everybody who wishes to know where Jonathan is at, you want to go to JonathanPittsImprov.com. Because it could have been something like, silver hair fox who looks fantastic, who popped his collar in a seniorshow.com.
But that address was already taken.
I
And
know.
then make sure you spell out all the words. Don't just put in JPI because you'll get a steel manufacturing company.
That's right. So you want to look at it.
Once you get a steel manufacturing company, then the next thing you know, you're on a blue blanket on a beach doing an outdoor
Exactly.
show.
Doing improv.
Y'all need to. Why are y'all fucking with me? I mean,
What?
both of you two old men in your 60s are really fucking with me
Well,
right now.
it's the Ottawa way.
Yes, exactly. That's how we act in Ottawa.
Oh God, this is my life.
They have some of the finest 1920s buildings you're ever going to see.
That's great because black people really fit in well in the 20s.
They
Does it
did.
has colors?
I would say before you move there, see if it has a history of being a sundown town.
Ooh,
Because if it does,
that's it.
there still might be some residual bad energy.
But it's a fascinating place because when you hit the border into Ottawa, Illinois, everything goes black and white.
Like Pleasantville,
Exactly.
just like Pleasantville. And Spider-Man, actual Spider-Man is actually there. So we just finished watching that movie. With that said, it is 5:57. And I am going to do this. I am going to say, hey, we're everywhere online right now. We are on Twitch, which is the Pack Theater's Twitch site. We're on YouTube. We might be on IG, but that will be restreamed again tomorrow on our Seniors IGTV. For everybody on Facebook, thank you so much for watching. And for anybody who paid, thank you very much for giving to the NAACP Legal Defense Fund. Because for real now more than ever, we need to go and overturn some laws. With all that said,
many laws.
And I think the way Zoom works, we need to create a nice test pattern that says technical difficulties whenever that happens. You just flash it up there.
that's not a bad idea. But with all that said, thank you everybody for watching. Next week, it's a surprise guest because at this point, I'm going to be very honest. Also, before I go, if you are on the Twitch Pack site, please go and give to Venmo, which will pop up pretty soon, which is right there.
Which will help the Pack reopen sometime this fall.
That's right. It will help reopen, help us go live.
You'll be able to repack.
Well, we are live now, but you're talking about live with people in front of us.
Sock it to me. With that, give to the Pack Theater, my home, for hopefully a moment or two.
Till we go to Ottawa.
Please, Lord.
5 live theaters.
And with that, Improv God, thank you for saving us as always in times of Zoom problems.
I will always do my best.
Improv God, you are a blue blanket.
That's right. You're a blue blanket of improv.
That is somewhat worrying.
Well, you're
all my friends in San Francisco are going, what the fuck?
At least you're not Richter's thing. At least you're not Richter's thing.
Small victories.
I would like to dedicate tonight's show to Punch a Horse.
Yes, too. Thank you.
Wherever that may be.
Wherever the crew of Punch a Horse may be, we love you.
Last I heard, This is the last I heard. They're down in Florida touring the senior homes.
God, it's 6 o'clock. Hey guys, Jonathan, I love you.
Love you too. Thanks for inviting me, guys.
As always, I'm Sean Landry.
On Summers.
For what it's worth, peace, love, soul.